Hi, and welcome to Reviews by Dave. I'm going to show you a retro chess computer from 1986. Now, when I was 16 years old, I was looking for my ideal Christmas present, and my stepdad had recently taught me how to play chess, so I was obsessed with the game. I found the game captivating, and this particular chess computer was the world's smallest portable travel chess computer, so at the time it was cutting-edge technology. Now I've managed to find one in the box with all the instructions and all the wrappers, and it's in really good condition, so it's a real pleasure to use it. It really does take me back to being 16 years old. And another good feature of this chess computer is that you can turn it off, which turns it onto memory, and what it will do, it will store all the positions of all the pieces for up to 12 months, so you can turn it back on again when you're ready and you can just play chess again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and play it today for you. I'm going to film the whole match, and within 10 minutes I'm going to try and get checkmate against it. So wish me luck. Let's see if I can still do this. So I can't believe I got such an original condition one. It is like a brand new model. And I'm going to show you just how small these pieces are, because I'm not sure if you get quite the scale of them from the video clip there. So I'll try and you can just see how small they are there. They're so small, in fact, I can't really get them into focus. I'll put my thumb next to the pieces, and then you get a bit of an idea for scale. Or maybe I'll put them in front like this, and if I can get the camera to zoom out a little bit, you'll see the whole set isn't really much bigger than my hand itself, so very compact, very small chess set. So we'll turn it on now, we'll have a demonstration of how it works. I'll have a quick game with it. We're going to press the new game to reset it, make sure there's nothing in the memory from previous, and these are the different levels. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to set it on level 1, and I'm going to press new game. So now I'll go first because I'm white. Now, as the game goes on, the chess computer will take longer and longer to decide its moves, and you'll get used to that noise it makes when it's telling me how it wants to move. I'm going to just pile ahead with my pawn there, try and get some pieces in the centre of the board, and start to pile the pressure on. So the lights down the side of the board there's some on the left, and obviously there's some on the bottom row. And when the computer tells me the move it wants to do, it pinpoints the piece by using the lights corresponding to the board. And when I start to move my pieces, it just lights up the board to show me which one I've pressed in case I make a mistake or get confused. Again, the computer's thinking. He's bringing his knight out, okay. I'm going to start to challenge as many of his pieces as I can to keep him occupied. Now ultimately here we're looking for a quick checkmate, but it's difficult with a computer because they scan so many moves and so far ahead. You've really got to try and outwit it. So I'm going to try and open my board up a little bit. I'm going to try and bring some of my big pieces into play, and what we'll probably end up doing is sacrificing a piece or two to get my key pieces in position to go for a checkmate. Now, these chess computers do like to castle a lot, so I'm going to start to set myself up for castling, and hopefully then the chess computer will castle as well, which will kind of put his king in a corner, which makes it easier for me to go in on an attack. See there, he's doing a very similar thing. He's opening up his route to castle. In a moment we'll zoom in a bit on the board to make it a bit clearer. So I'm going to try and dominate the centre half of the board, certainly the centre middle, get some pawns up there and try and get some of my bigger pieces freed up, ready to attack. And that's a good sign, he's retreating now. Always helps when they start to retreat. So if I move this piece here, which is my bishop, we should start to be ready to castle. depending on what his next move is.
thinking a lot now. I've done a good move when it takes him a long time to think. Okay, so that's not the best move, but he's bringing his pawn down. So I'm going to take this opportunity to get my queen into play. And I'm going to kind of focus on the left-hand side of the board, but then I'm going to try and attack to the right, because I think he's going to castle to the right anyway, looking at the layout of the board there. Alright, okay, so he's bringing this into play. So he's getting some of his pieces in the centre of the board. I'm going to castle now, and let's see if that will encourage him to follow suit. He's thinking, still thinking, and he is castling, so that's perfect for me. So now you can see we've got his king on the top right hand side of the board. I've obviously got quite a lot of strength on the left of the board and the centre, so I'm going to start thinking of a way to get my key pieces to attack the right column of the board. So the whole H row, I want to kind of get in there and go down towards his king. Probably a bishop queen combination would be the best method. So there's a bit of an exchange going on here now. That's fine. Now you see on F4 I've got that bishop there, and if you look further up to H6 I could do with, in fact no, the other bishop, D3, that bishop is online to H7, so if I can get my queen in a position to get down to H7, and if my bishop's still in play on D3 we could have a very quick checkmate here. I may have to sacrifice a couple of pieces, but let's see if we can make this happen. Probably need to get this knight in an attack position. He's thinking again, taking a long time to think about it. And he's brought his queen into play. It's good. Sorry, it wasn't his queen, it was his bishop, and I've now taken it with my bishop. So now this will bring his queen into play, which I think was what he was looking for, the exchange. And obviously the outcome for him is he's got his queen into the centre of the board. Good play actually, good exchange for him there. Now let's get my knight further in. So I've got quite a lot of strength again on the D row of the board, which is kind of, it's distracting him from my plan ultimately, which is to keep my bishop on D3 and try and get my queen up to where that pawn is on H5 and ultimately bring the queen forward for the checkmate. So I'll let him just get his pieces into play, and I might just bring this one up here to threaten his queen. He's thinking again, a good long thought process here, so he's going through lots of moves. And he's obviously going to put his queen there, which is fine. I'm now going to take this pawn because his queen's no longer defending it, so great sacrifice for me. And it's getting into play now. I'm kind of one move away. Can you see the queen on H5? If I get down to H7, then I think we can checkmate him, depending on what he does now. He's having a really good think. And okay, he took his queen down to my, almost down to my half of the board, so he's getting ready to kind of get me in checkmate. Now I'm going to move that queen forward, and if we've done this right, and I think we have, I think that's checkmate. I'm hoping those lights at the top of the board are going to light up. And there we have it. Excellent. Thank you for watching that. I hope you enjoyed that. It was a good fun game, that. Really enjoyed it.